What's up, y'all? Sparty here. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna compare the S21 Ultra in terms of pro video mode to the LG V60, and as you guys can see, maybe because sometimes I don't know what it is when I start recording a video on S21 Ultra, and this is something I saw on the S20 FE as well. The stabilization is not great, and I do have stabilization on. So it just looks very shaky and wobbly, and that does indeed suck. This isn't 1080p 60. I don't really want to go to 4K, mainly to manage, to manage memory a bit better, storage a bit better. So yeah, overall, I do feel this is a bit wonky. I don't understand why it's so shaky. This might be something that they have to fix. But I'm going to go to the V60 here real quick and show you guys exactly what I mean. Okay, so here's the V60. And like I said, look at how smooth this is. Like 1080p 60 manual mode. Obviously, you can zoom in on both. It looks terrible. It's going to crop zoom with both. So you're not going to get great zoom out of it. You can't use the manual mode on the telephoto lenses on the S21 Ultra, which kind of sucks, but it's definitely something that I did want to point out. It's just like weird that you can't do that, but as you guys can see, the V60 is definitely more smooth. It is not shaky, whereas you guys could probably see with S21 Ultra footage that my hand was kind of shaky, whereas this, not at all, son, not at all. I'm definitely gonna, I had to blow hair off my phone, but I'm going to switch back to the S21 Ultra. I'm going to double check to make sure I was indeed unstable. I did have stabilization on, so let me go back to it here real quick. I also don't know what is going on, but for whatever reason, it just looks bad. It doesn't look great at all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in on this 4.6. I'm going to remember what that is because I'm going to go back to the V60 and do the exact same thing. That just looks bad. You can't adjust the bitrate on this, which sucks. I don't understand why you can't do that, but at least while recording, it's jittery on the S21 Ultra, whereas on the V60, I just have no problems at all. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk a little bit, and as you guys can see, there's a bit of a dip here. So let me do that here real quick. Ugh. And it also doesn't look level, which is kind of weird, but yeah. I'll do a little bit of a walk test. It just doesn't look it's just not great. I feel if you use a tripod or something like that, it'll be fine. But let me go to the V60 here and walk back. Okay, so back on the V60 here, I'm gonna walk. It's very smooth. It's almost as if I'm not moving at all. Let me move back to where I was at so I can do the same test that I said I was going to do in the first place. So yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the size of the sensor that just makes it so that it's not great for video, at least in 1080p. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down. What was that, 4.6? They look about the same in terms of that. But when you zoom out, honestly, the V60 looks way better. It's more stabilized. It's more smooth. It doesn't look terrible. So, yeah, that does indeed suck for the S21 Ultra. I'm going to go into 4K and see if it looks any better. So, yeah, let me do that here real quick. Okay, what's really weird now is that in 4K 60, it's super stabilized. Like, it looks way more stable. It still looks kind of bad. Like, the overall image just looks bad. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to walk As you guys can see, it's pretty floaty, looks really nice. But what I don't get is why in 1080p 60 the stabilization is just bad. So let me go back to the V60 and do the exact same thing that I just did. Alright, so here's the V60. As you guys can see, it's still stable. I'm gonna walk down this little bump here, and it's still as stable as it was. I really don't have any sort of issue with how stable it is at all. And you get it in both 1080p 60 frames per second and 4K 60. You don't just get a very stable image with the 4K 60, it's with either. So to me, that kind of makes the V60 the better phone to go with here. In terms of video, I do feel that they just give you more options. The stabilization is overall just better, mainly due to the fact that in 1080p it's also stable as it is in 4K. So yeah, in terms of this though, this looks really nice, really quality. Don't really have any sort of issues with that. And in 4K 60, you get the ever so juicy 48 megabits per second, whereas I just don't know what you get in terms of in terms of the S21 Ultra in terms of bit rate. So yeah, I do feel the V60 does win this. Like I said, it's more stable. I'm walking, it really doesn't look like I'm walking at all, aside from the fact that you do see me swaying a little bit. But yeah, it's just the V60 just does it better. In terms of overall quality, I do feel they're about the same, but let me know what you feel in the comments. This is Sparta. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for the support. Hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday, whatever time of day it is in the area. Thanks for 1,023 subscribers. I do indeed appreciate it, and have a good one.